I also see some real connection points across the model, certainly, but especially through the end-to-end process digitalization as well as the modernization of your architecture. Those strike me as foundational items that are really important as you're introducing so much that is new. You spoke about data and artificial intelligence. You talked about some of the technologies to introduce and implement that would delight customers. You talked about increasingly developing a product orientation. If you're building those new capabilities upon antiquated processes and antiquated architecture, then in some ways you're actually building greater levels of complexity into the system. You made it quite clear, of course, that part of what you're trying to do is simplify, make this a cloud first and therefore a modern architecture and portfolio that you're building upon. I wonder if you could take a quick moment and between those two areas, talk a bit about that journey and how long you anticipate it taking, recognizing that perhaps there's never a full destination for that. But for any organization that's been around for a while, there's a fair amount that is no doubt redundant, a fair amount that is antiquated, and therefore in need in both cases of updating and upgrading. Talk a bit about the methods you've used from those perspectives, please.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic question. You sound like our CEO, Tom Greco, quite honestly. He does ask me that, hey, when are we going to really finish this? But, the approach that we took, as I came in 3 years ago, Peter, that, the three approaches that we took, one is the fix, and second one is a build, and the third one is a transform. Right. So the fix is that really to truly upgrade our technologies that, has been a little bit, not focused on it, I would say in a previous years and had a lot of obsolete technology, right? Unsupported platforms that, what we had. And it was not making it easy for our team members to help support our customers on this, right? So we looked at that as part of that, the talent upgrade, is one of them as part of the fix that we looked at it. But build is the area that really bringing into a one common platform, like getting into a one payroll, right? We had 4 different payroll systems before and getting into a one general ledger, the system, and then getting into a one, the inventory management system, right? So one, the WMS as a supply chain systems, right? So, this is the journey that we put together. That's a, 3.5 years of a journey, but certainly with the 2020, it's taken a little bit of pause given the pandemic, the situations, but that's like a build on this. And then the third one is a transform, the part of it, right? So now that you have this as a, the single source of truth and one common platform, and it really leverages that to really build a much more of a what we call dynamic assortment, right? So the dynamic assortment is that, really getting the assortment closer to the customers for us by understanding the geography, understanding the demand in that area based on the vehicles in that area and zip code. How do we really get, all of our assortment closer to our customers is one of that we believe we can really kind of help our customers by as part of transforming. Same thing with the mobile app, as a digital capability part of the transformation that we're really putting in place. In 2020, obviously, like many companies, we're not exception, but I had to accelerate number of digital capabilities as part of our transform. Right? We actually, in the middle of COVID, we deployed our mobile app. We are a bit late to the market, but now I'm happy to say that really taking the lead on in terms of getting the downloads and our customers using our mobile app to be able to really support what their needs are, right? So that's something that we delivered, and we also delivered a same-day service. It's a suite of services that we put together and prioritized in 2020 to be able to deliver very quickly in a weeks and months, to be able to support our customers, during this pandemic. It's something that is not as normal and common for this industry as a same day delivery. We talked about the same day, but our 90+% of our orders been delivered in a 3 hours. Yes, it's a 3 hours is something that to really help customers that whose car broke down on the streets or at home, so they need to be able to really repair that. So we felt this is something critical for our business on this, right? So I mean that's how we've been really prioritizing and putting as a transform on it. So again, it's a build, the fix, build, and transform that we prioritized, and we are kind of coming off of fix into the more build and the transform. And none of these is a sequential, Peter. I mean, we had to do some level of the parallel efforts while we're fixing some things, while we needed to transform there's some areas, but we see this as a the 3 to 5 years journey for us to be able to get through, and then there is going to be the next trends that will be coming in that we would want to leverage this modern architecture and the data platform that we're building.